Chris, how would you grade Lonzo's performance last night?
Some people might think I'm crazy because he shot 2 for 11. I'm going to give him a B+ because of all the surrounding stuff. Imagine being a rookie and you've got the best players in the league calling you out. Or if they're not calling you out, John Wall didn't really call him out, but his teammates did.
Yep.
And to play with that person, I honestly think growing up with his dad talking all that trash from day one has made him able to play under pressure, under expectations, under people talking about you, whatever it may be. I don't think he's going to be fazed. And John Wall made a great point after the game. He said, I don't think he's fazed by, I'm paraphrasing, but everybody else has to get used to it. And I thought Wall was a little bit out of sorts.
Yeah, Shannon said that also.
Yeah, because Wall didn't want to go out there and say, I'm going to put 50 on this kid.
Right.
Because that's not what's best for their team. He's got to be the point guard. But Gortat, talked him up, and the narrative was that Wall's going to punish this kid. And so I think he was feeling, do I go out and just, put it on him, or do I run the team and do my job? So I don't think he was at his best. But Lonzo, look, he didn't shoot. I don't think you're ever going to judge this kid by his stats. I think you're going to judge it by the wins, by the way he fills up the box score and gets the ball movement. In overtime, he had 2 assists, 2 points, 2 assists, the game-winning assist, if we want to give him that, to KCP.
Yep.
I thought, and defensively, I thought he actually played, well, I'm not going to praise him, but I thought he did a pretty good job of staying in front of Wall as best as you can. I mean, Wall's arguably the fastest guy in the league.
Yes.
Stripped him early in the game. The last shot, he made Wall take that.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't do a stupid rookie thing and fall into him, right?
Right.
So I thought he was very good, and they got the win.
And that's the most important thing. 10 assists, 1 turnover. His team won. John Wall in the fourth quarter and overtime, 1 for 10. That in and of itself. And I mentioned this earlier, Chris, and I told Skip. It seemed to me that John Wall got out of his game to try to prove a point, not to Lonzo. He was trying to prove a point to LeVar. Because LeVar's doing all the talking. He's the one that said, my son is better than Steph Curry, LeBron, and everybody else. And John Wall like, hold on. Your son not even better than me. And I'm about to show you. And he went out trying to prove a point as opposed to playing the game. He can play his game and still go get 24 and 10, and you win the ball game. They still should have won. They had a 6-point lead with under 2 minutes. And give the Lakers credit. This is a young basketball team. For them to fight back, the Wizards are a veteran team. They've been together for 3-4 years. But for this team, led by Lonzo Ball, to come back in this type of environment, and this is what he's going to have, the circus, this is what you're going to have to deal with in the Lakers. This is what they expect to deal with. This is what Magic had to deal with his whole career, because he came out and winning the NCAAs. Now he's in the finals and he wins the finals MVP. So it's never going to go back. It's never going to be normal. It's always going to be the hoopla around this team because of Lonzo. But his daddy's going to be off in the peripheral doing his thing, chatting everything up, Skip. So get ready to deal with this for the foreseeable future.
You're going to give Lonzo letter grade of F+? Because you gave him a little break, right? C? A C?
C.
He's the harshest grader on Lonzo.
I'm surprised you gave him a C.
I don't grade on a curve.
I'm surprised you gave him a C.
Oh, curve grade. Your mom must have been a teacher.
The last 3 games, he's almost averaging 11 assists.
Yeah.
He could lead the league in assists this year.
Where Bron going?
Well, Bron going to get his 8. That's not going to lead the league, though.
LeBron going to stay at point. LeBron going to have his 11.
They should look at that. That's another conversation, but they should.
We ain't talking about no LeBron. We already had a LeBron subject.
Yeah, we did. Back to Lonzo Ball. I'm with Chris on this. This kid, and this is special stuff, he has subtle but powerful impact on basketball games. But it is subtle, maybe occasionally too subtle for you to sort of absorb, because you got to watch it and accept that he's doing some things that are pretty rare, but they don't really even show up in the box score that much. Because he did make 3 defensive plays on John Wall, and sometimes he wasn't even on Wall because KCP would take it.
A lot of Wall's baskets weren't on Ball. They were on other guys.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because they would switch off, and sometimes Lonzo would take Beal. But the point is, if you look at plus minus on the game, and I don't always love plus minus, but but Lonzo was plus 13, which led all players on the floor, and Wall was minus 14 because, in part, because he shot 1 for 10 from in the fourth quarter and overtime. But Lonzo with 10 assists, he's now 4th in the league in assists, so he's rising up the charts. And then this just blows me away. He's averaging 9 rebounds a game. He had 8 more last night. That leads the Lakers team in rebounding. That's incredible to me.
They ought to be ashamed.
Well, Lopez is a horrible
I
rebounder.
know, but Lonzo doesn't have his man body just yet. But you want to talk about nose for the ball, that Rodman-esque, I can see where it's going to bounce, and I'm going to go get it before you can get it. I know Russell does it more on just guts and heart and scrap and
let them moving out the way so he can grab the rebound.
No, sometimes. But this kid's still averaging 12, 9, and 9. Still pretty impressive, but I got 2 big issues that I want to bounce off both of you. Already did off him, but number one, I'm starting to think he just does not like the shooting background at Staples because he's been horrible in all 3 home games. He's now 6 for 30 from the field in Staples and 1 for 13 from 3. But he went to Phoenix. I don't know, sometimes you go in a building and you just sort of look around, you feel comfortable, and it looks good, and he shoots 12. I know Phoenix doesn't play much defense, but he shot 12 for 27, and he made 4 of 9 threes at Phoenix.
That's still under 50%.
I know, but I got it. But I want to see what starts happening on the road.
Yeah,
I'd
want to see more than just one game.
Okay, but it's 3 games at Staples so far. And then number 2, and more important, he drives me a little crazy because maybe it's because of the pressure exerted by his father on both the point guards last night. But to start the game, Lonzo went incredibly passive to me. He would just barely dribble the ball up the floor, and he's much better when they're pushing. And he'd flip it over to the wing, and then he'd go stand over on the weak side. And I'm like, just attack, do something, because when he decides to attack, it is hard to keep him out of the lane, and he can initiate in ways that LeBron can't because he's so tall, he can see over the defense and throw it over the defense from out of the lane. And when he wants to get to the rim and scoop it, and he can score it in the lane.
Yeah, I think to address that, those are great points. One, I talked to a lot of people last night, in the league, both teams about, I was comparing him to Jason Kidd. I think that's still an apt comparison. And some people brought up, Kidd would really go after you.
Did he?
And yeah,
I covered him when he was a rookie.
He would get at it. And Lonzo is more just so laid back. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Tim Duncan was like that.
He was.
But that's one difference.
He was all defensive player, too.
Yeah, he's not gonna be the defensive player.
He was also all loose ball. I mean, when any loose ball, Jason Kidd would blow himself up going kamikaze after loose ball.
And he's
and he's more athletic too, and stronger.
And turnover too. Jason Kidd would turn the ball over.
Yeah, most point guards, like Magic turned it over a lot. Isaiah, most of the great point guards turn it over a lot too. But I think as far as him not being as aggressive, Phoenix's defense. If you watch that, it was wide open.
I watched the whole game.
I think his lack of mid-range shooting, and he hit some against Phoenix, I know, but that's an issue.
He had a couple of jump shots.
Yeah, I was surprised, but that's a challenge because there was a play last night where he drove and got to the hole, to the bucket, and he threw up this crazy layup. That might have hit the bottom of the rim or something. That's because of the indecision. He could have just pulled up for a mid-range jumper, but he doesn't want to do that. But he's not a great finisher yet at the rim. So I think that's where some of that hesitation comes.
They're going to say, you know what? Like LeBron, we'll give you the 18-footer. We'll give you the 20-footer. We're not letting you drive to the basket. We're going to make you show us that you can make this shot.
Wait until they get him in gear, pushing the ball. Like at Phoenix, they were able to run and shoot it because Phoenix wanted to run.
Well, he better get ready because Braun coming.
Really? I think
Maybe.
He's got to go to Braun.
Maybe. Ain't no telling. We might go to San Antonio because Kawhi can't stay healthy.
Oh, you mean you're coming to L.A.? Is
we
that
might
your
go,
choice?
We might go to San Antonio.
Oh, really?
On the river.
It would be nice to have everybody out here.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Lulu's.
That would be the place to go.
Get me one of them old 3-pound cinnamon rolls.
To San Antonio?
Yeah.
They make free throws in San Antonio.
I think Pop would take him. I think Pop would take him.
I tell you what, you want another championship?
I don't think he's going
Do you
there.
want another champ? You want 6?
Do you remember Pop in 2013 just yelling at Kawhi, don't guard him, when he would dribble at the three-point line? Just let him shoot. Remember Pop from the big
Yeah.
Just let him shoot.
Oh, you talking about that series that he averaged 28, 8, and 7? Hey, okay, what
I'm
guy
talking
you
about
know?
the series Ray Allen saved, that series.
He's a teammate. Teammates are supposed to help you out.
Boy,
You gonna
like
kill him?
Oh, like Malcolm
Do we
Butler
need to
sa-
bring
like-
up
like-
John Paxson
like
and
Malcolm,
Steve Kerr?
Like Malcolm Butler saved Tom Brady or Vinatieri?
There you go.
Oh,
There you go. There you go.
saved him. Malcolm Butler saved Tom Brady's career.
Really?
Yeah.
The same Tom Brady who completed 12 or 14 passes in the fourth quarter?
What happened if Malcolm Butler don't make that pick?
Well, that's
we'll
their
never
fault.
know.
That's true.
Chris, thanks for
It
joining
was a
us.
great
Are the
pass.
Patriots, speaking of that, back to being Super Bowl favorites? We'll discuss that next. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.